Good morning, Geekdom. It is me, the Artisan MC, and you have now embarked on the hero's journey. Like, share, subscribe, support the stream if you feel so inclined, and I will try to infotain you for the next stretch of time. Trying something different because I can do that and I'm not afraid to. Whereas, let's see if I can do an actual regular live stream while traveling. What better thing to do than to do the hero's journey while your hero is on a journey? So right now, I am on my way to Las Vegas for the APA tournament. I just left my house. I need to run one errand, and then I'm on the way out of here. So as long as I have a decent signal, I guess I can actually do a live stream. And as long as I have a decent signal, you guys can hear me. So I don't see why not. And it would be, in my view, it'd be kind of interesting to see me do a live stream about all this geek stuff. And I'm not sitting there Googling the shit. It is not, Google to listen to somebody else. It's me. It's all me. No assist. What everybody can't do, which is be original. Original, authentic, and off the dome because they know it. Nobody had to tell it to them. So I thought that'd be kind of fun. And I'm always up for doing something fun. So let's get it. So what happened this week? Got a couple minutes before I had to hit my first stop. I had a good sort of week. It got a little stressful towards the end with people, but otherwise it was good. Got to get my numbers down, get some good feedback from my higher ups that I'm doing pretty good. The project that we are doing is doing pretty well. Thank you, Malika. Yeah, I'm looking forward to the tournament. Personally. Oh, you guys can't see. You guys can't see. There we go. That'll help. So anyway, got through the dumb shit this week with work and went Friday after work to see my mother to help her out because apparently she has hurt her knee. Up close to 70. She's carrying a lot of weight. She's retired. She hurt her leg, so she was walking on a walker. She was walking on her boyfriend's walker that he left there when he was all laid up. But she ordered her own. So she called in, the fixer, the utility son, to come and put it together. I didn't call it that Friday, but I did call it that this morning when I woke up and thinking about conversations and how the situation was. And it's pretty cool. You know, me and my mother had a good conversation Friday night. Pretty lengthy conversation that inevitably, as goes a conversation with, I don't know, I'll just say my mother right now, but I can pretty much assume that this is what happens with liberals and Democrats right now. Name gets thrown into something just to prove the point, like, and this got taken away because of Trump. And I start rolling my eyes and getting sick to my stomach, like I don't want to talk about no goddamn politics. And then she brought up about how Southern Poverty Law Center was getting sued because it was said that they were paying informants and stuff like that. And the government cracked down on them and was saying that they can't, you know, pay informants and stuff like that. And my question was about where did the Southern Poverty Law Center get its money from? And I'm thinking that they got some government funding. And that led into a whole other situation about politics and about her trying to explain to me that not all nonprofits get all their money from the government. And I told her I never said that they all got it. I said that they get some money from the government through grants and whatnot, and that the Southern Poverty Law Center, if they were getting money from the government in grants or whatever, government does have a right to come through and say, don't use my money that we give you to run your business to be paying fucking informants. It wasn't, but it devolved into talking about some other shit outside of that, because there's something interesting that I noticed now about my mother at this age, and it was echoed with my brother yesterday, because me, her, and my brother were having a three-way conversation. My brother was on the phone, and me, her, and my mom were just talking. And my brother hit on something, the very same thing I had just told my mother the night before. About as soon as we start talking, she want to cut us off and over talk us. But then always trying to rely on, well, my experience was such and such, and I got more than this. And like I had told her Sunday night, she talked about how many politicians and stuff that I met, and I was like, Mama, not to be rude or anything like that, but what the fuck does that have to do with me? Why do I care? Why do I have to care? And that kind of backed her up for a second. I said, is it supposed to be like, you know, proving you better than me because you've been in a room with presidents? So what? And politicians, so what? All I'm hearing is how wonderful all these female politicians are and how wonderful these white politicians are. But every black politician, male black politician, you have something negative to say. And so my point is, you need to think about the person who you're looking at, who you are, and what you value and what you don't. Because it's showing you don't really value black politicians. You think they're shady and everything else. But these women who I don't like, you want to question me. And that's what actually, outside of the Southern Poverty Law Center lawsuit, what spun it in was her saying something about Kamala. And I'm like, I don't give a fuck about Kamala. And then she wanted me to validate why I don't like Kamala Harris. And I told her I don't have to. I don't have to. I cannot like her ass because her name starts with a K. I don't have to like her. And furthermore, I don't have to explain why I don't to you. The same way you don't have to explain to me why you don't like Trump. And I've never asked you, because it don't matter. If you don't like him, you don't like him for whatever reason it is. I'll tell you something funny. Back in, what was it, early 2000s, when I'm doing my political studying and stuff like that, I used to listen to Glenn Beck, right? I used to listen to Glenn Beck daily. My wife at the time did not like him, not because of anything he said. She didn't like him because she didn't like his voice. That was it. She wasn't listening to shit he had to say. She didn't give a fuck about none of that stuff. She did not like him because she didn't like his voice, plain and simple. Now, did I go browbeating her about politics and everything else because she said she didn't like him? No. I asked her, why didn't you like him? He said, I don't like his voice. Okay, fine. That was it. That was the end of it. But on the other side, she want me to give a dissertation on why I don't like Kamala Harris. I've never liked that bitch. Never. I didn't like her when she was Attorney General in California. I didn't like her when she was in San Francisco. I didn't like what she did in Oakland. I didn't like her as a fucking vice president. And no way in hell would I like her as president. She ain't never get my vote for shit. She was taken aback by that shit. Oh, well, I like her because why do you like her? Well, because she did some thing. We had a fundraiser or some shit, and she came and she sat with them kids, and her aides were trying to get her to leave, and she wouldn't leave. She stayed there the whole time with them. I heard it from first person to count. I'm like, what the hell did that got to mean? That don't mean shit. Let me ask you something, Mama. Has she been back? Has she ever been back? Because that would, to me, show that she actually cares, and that first time wasn't just a photo op. If she ain't been back, she don't really give a fuck. Plain and simple. I don't know why I keep having to reiterate this with my mother and my family. I am not a goddamn conservative. I am not a Donald Trump fan. I am an independent. Both of y'all parties is full of shit. And I call balls and strikes for both of them. If Trump did something good, he did something good. What the fuck you want me to say about it? If a whole bunch of women that wasn't doing shit anyway lost their job, don't expect me to cry you a river. I'm not a goddamn woman. And I had to sit there across the table in her house and tell her that shit and say, you know what, mama? I ain't never been a goddamn woman. Never. So I don't really care about some woman losing her job somewhere. I care about men losing their jobs. Oh, well, these black people. Oh boy, ain't we black folk too? We black males, ain't we black folk too? No. She doesn't see that her ideological slant is always pro women, down men. And she got sons. Two of them. And this is why I don't want to talk about politics with her. I don't. I know what camp you in. I know how hard you in that camp. Be there. I'm not trying to change your mind. And hopefully you don't think you about to change mine. That's not the way this shit works. You chose your side, I chose mine. I chose not to be on that side because I saw what they did, and all that shit that they did was what I've told you guys plenty of times I don't like. It's all performative bullshit. All performative bullshit. Politicians by nature are not trustworthy. So I don't exalt any of them. You want to tell me how the orange in chief is racist? I said, which president was a racist? She said, oh, you saying Obama was racist? I said, I ain't got to say he was racist. What did he do for black men? Seemed pretty goddamn racist to me. She was taken aback. Why? Well, he put these women, yeah, he put a bunch of women in that Trump came along and kicked the fuck out. But he ain't got nothing but some harsh words for some black men. Oh, well, that's because of his daddy. Oh, another man. Well, let me ask you this. What the fuck does Obama daddy got to do with me? I don't know neither one of them. So I got to pay for something his daddy didn't do for him? Because he didn't buy him a pony? Man, get the fuck out of here. That's stupid shit. That's stupid as shit. Dumb diddy dum dum dum. All right, folks. Give me, oh, fuck. I got to take a picture of this. I've got to take a picture of this, and I'm on call. How am I going to do this? How is this going to work? Let's see. I'm on a stream, and I'm trying to. This is going to work. I've got one thing to make. I wonder if I can drop it. If I drop it, if you guys can still see it. I know. I use my other phone. I use the other phone and then send it to this phone. And then when I'm done talking to y'all, it will work. I'll send it there. All right. Be right back. Let's see. Let's hold tight for a second. Let's see if I can actually. I just need about 2 minutes to get my copyright for today. Where is it? Here's my. Oh, I took it down. Oh, what an idiot. What an idiot. Yeah. Okay, give me 2 minutes. I'll be right back. And I'm back. Thank you guys for hanging around. Wait. You know how to drop off that rent money, man. Like that was a place to live. You pay your rent or your house note. This if you like living somewhere. You know, that actually costs. You can lock your PlayStation and stuff up. All right, here we go. You guys give me a one if you can hear me clearly. Now we're about to get on this damn way to get out of on our way out of California. Ooh, 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 ooh. Give me a what if you can hear me clearly. I don't think you can because it doesn't look like it's connected. Default, default, default. Shit straight before I actually start driving continuously. Okay, you guys can't hear me. It's just not showing up correctly on my other screen. It's just not showing up correctly on my other screen because it wants to play music. Okay, there we go. There we go. I'm back. Like, share, subscribe, support the stream if you feel so inclined. The fastest live stream west of the Mississippi. Hero's journey on the move. So it was, how can I say, Friday night, me and my mother having this conversation that touched on politics, why I don't like Kamala Harris, and how she has a bent toward female politicians and just female in general. I had to feel like Dr. T for a minute. I had to pull it out. I said, Mama, do you know what misandry is? She stopped for a minute. And that's why I tried to frame it using Dr. T and using some psychology. You are bent to see certain people as positive and certain people as negative. And it's probably based on your personal experiences. That's why them black men always got something wrong with them. Even the one that got Kamala Harris ass into politics. But she okay. How? She's doing the same dirty shit with his ass. So how? You have a bias, a bent, because the only men you spoke positively of was these white dude politicians. Y'all know I'm not into praising no white dudes. You're gonna have to earn that shit. But here she is. All about these black women and these white dudes, these two brothers that she mentioned. I actually asked her to start naming off some black male politicians. He said, "Oh, well, you know how my memory is. Took her forever, and she only got to two. Look, man, I don't have to do really shit to argue people down. That's why I don't like arguing with people. All I have to do is point out the fallacies and the shit you say. That's it. All I have to do is point it out so you can see it yourself. I don't have to tell you. You already know all of this shit. You just don't think about it. So for me, I don't have to like somebody. I don't necessarily like politicians anyway. And is there possibly some good ones out there? Yes, there possibly is. I believe that. But they fucked up. So don't be rah-rahing with me about why I'm not riding for your side. Because fuck them too. No, no. And I don't want to hear all the hatred for the other side just because it ain't your guy. I told her what Black Babe told me. Said, you know what? I didn't vote for either one of them, so I got the right to complain anytime I want to. She said, no, you don't, because you didn't participate. I do, because I'm dealing with the shit that both of y'all do, either side. And the analogy I thought about today before I came on this stream was that you the kid in the back seat or the teenager in the back seat with your parents driving the car and they fighting over the wheel in the front seat. That's what it is. Fighting over who has control of the vehicle, and you're gonna kill all three of you. Stupid shit. So we had a little heated exchange where I had to flex, but something I noticed, like I was getting to, something I noticed about my mother that came out when my brother talked to her the next day. One of them was the talking over thing, because I told her about that Friday night, about how you don't value people's opinion because you talk over them as soon as they start talking. That's men, right? She didn't like that shit. Okay, but you do it. The other part is that she always tries to outdo you with her experience and wants you to rely on her experience because everything is only viewed through her experience. You can't possibly have a different take on what's going on that you're going through because it has to be viewed through her experience. It can only be that. If you're not seeing it through her experience, you're not seeing it right, even though it's happening to you. So it's always a higher ground trying to find things. Well, I know more, I've been more places than you. And thinking about it in retrospect, it's a fucking dick measuring competition. I had to tell her Friday night, I'm not competing with you when I told her I didn't care about the politicians. Are you trying to diminish what I'm saying because I haven't been in the room with politicians? The fucking, no, I'm not saying that. I'm just trying to share with you my experience. I don't care. In all honesty, what difference does it make? Look, I'm because you've met. Well, I've worked with many nonprofits and shit like that. What the fuck does that have to do with all the rest of them? Your anecdotal knowledge of working with some trumps anything I got to say about all of them because the one you work with didn't do it that way. Then that sounds like your knowledge base is limited to me because you can't speak for all of them. You only speak for the ones you work with. And that is not overarching to every one of them. My brother, my younger brother, would have made a better lawyer. He would have made an awesome lawyer because he's good at arguing with people like that. I don't like arguing with people. So I'll omit shit. I'll forget. I will omit shit. Stop saying shit because I'm pissed off. I'm ready to fight. I want to argue with you. We're just gonna have to throw heads and shut this shit up. I don't have that kind of patience. I don't have that kind of patience to be going back and forth arguing with people about anything. I get really irritated. It's not my natural state. It's nothing I find fun in doing. None of that. So I'm not the best person to be arguing with. I'm going for the kill. It's this and that's all. I'm not interested in playing the semantic games. I'm not interested in the backtracking and the deflections and what's this over here. I'm not interested in all that shit. Stay on fucking point. And it was like 5 times I had to tell her, Mama, that's not the question I asked. That is not what I asked you. That is not what I asked you. Now, at 50 something years old, 15 years between us in age, my 50 years of living is amounting to shit every time I say something to her because, well, that was like when I did such and such. It's not like that because you didn't do this. That's your experience doing something else. It's not the experience I'm telling you about doing this. Now, some of that stuff can translate back and forth, but if you only understand it through your experiences, then you only know half the story. That's it. Which is why you can't tell me shit about how how men think and why men do the things they do. Yeah. She think what some of the stuff my grandfather did was just stupid. It was just stupid. It took me telling her, and I know this because she repeats it now, that you have to remember he's from a different generation. And that generation of that their job was taking care of their wife, no matter how fucked up she was. They dropped dead and left her everything to take care of her. It don't matter what you thought about her. It doesn't. It matters what he thought about her and what she meant to him. He can know she fucked up all day long. It don't matter. He's still gonna leave her a house and money. He needs to have her taken care of because that's his job. That's what he grew up with. That was his role as a man. That's what he's going to do. That was just stupid. I wanted to do that. It don't matter. It doesn't matter. He was just stupid. No, he wasn't stupid. He was being devoted. Women see it as stupidity because it's not opportunistic. It's not beneficial for them. But for men, duty, honor, responsibility, and devotion and shit like that actually means something. It don't mean it's temporary when I feel like it and when I fucking don't. If you piss me off, if you kiss my ass, it doesn't mean that. It means you do it regardless of all that shit. I said I would do this. This is what I'm going to do. Are you happy about it? No, but my feelings don't matter about that shit. I said I would do it, and that's what I'm going to do. Integrity, not emotion. So we're going through this conversation. It get heated for a half a second. Not really heated for about an hour. But then I wind the conversation back down to something we could actually laugh about and shit. And then we're done for the night. Well, the next day, my brother calls up, and me and my mother still talking. But my brother calls up and starts talking about the Michael Jackson. I had my mother listening to Double Toasted, talking about their review of the Michael Jackson movie. I didn't even know it was directed by Antoine Fuqua. I'm like, oh shit, I need to go see that. Post haste. Might check it out while I'm in Vegas. They should be showing it at the Michael Jackson Experience. Anyway, my brother calls and we start talking, and then we start talking about some politics and some other shit, which I don't care about. But they mostly the ones talking about it. But it's based on the ideas that were in the movie. And my brother was revealing some stuff that I always knew, but he never admitted at a certain point, which was he was a bigger Michael Jackson fan than a Prince fan. And my mother's like shaking her head like, what? And I'm looking at her, I was like, yes. My brother was always a bigger Michael Jackson fan because he had the curly hair. He had wet his hair up to make it look like a Jerry curl and shit. I said, I was the bigger Prince fan. Now, this is one of those moments where my mother is having to get schooled on who her sons were at a certain age. Don't you find that interesting? That as two grown-ass men, I'm past 50, my brother is going to be 50 this year, and we're having to inform her who the fuck we are. Because she don't know. So he's trying to explain something to her, and my brother gets more animated and aggressive when he argues with her, like a lawyer. But she takes it. She tried to overrule me. She tries that shit with him, and he call her out on it every time. And he told her, like, Mama, you just gonna keep talking over me? That's that shit right there. This is the same shit I told you last night. The same shit I told you last night. He said, when do I get to have my own experiences? Where you just keep trying to one-up me with the experience that you have? And I'm like, sounds fucking familiar. At least I know that we both on the same page on some of this shit. Because we both see the same thing. Well, so at that point, she got up from the phone, her phone, mind you, and my brother talking because he's on his shit with his son in the car. My mother gets up and does some stuff in the kitchen, and then she gets up and leaves. Now it's just me and my brother sitting there. I'm listening to my brother, and I'm responding to some of the shit she was saying, just like I was when my mother was sitting up there talking to him the whole time. He can't tell a story because she rushing to tell it before him. It's his experience. Same thing with me. I'm trying to tell my brother something. I get 2 words into it. She already trying to finish the story for him. Like it's her story. God damn. So it was funny to the point that my brother was talking about something he had to do at work with his customers. It was very interesting. My brother was listening to Jason Black when he got home. So my brother listens to Manosphere content. He does. I didn't turn him on to it. He found it himself, right? So Jada Black, Neely Fuller, and stuff like that, he listens to them. I think he listens to the Angry Man sometimes too, right? But my brother was telling about he had to pull one of the customers, black male customers, aside because he called him like a boy or a kid or young or some shit like that in his place of business. And my brother said, hey, look at this here, man. Come talk to me over here at the side door. And he said he pulled that fucking grown man aside and told him, see, that is the problem right there. You can't keep calling us all young and kids and shit like that. I am a grown ass man. I am 40 plus fucking years old, damn near 50 years old. You cannot keep trying to diminish me in front of these folks up in here like that. He said, oh man, sorry, bro, I didn't even think about it like that. I said, exactly. I may look like this, but all of this works. I know a whole bunch of stuff. I ain't no boy. And I'm like, that's exactly right. That's my brother. I said, I went through that when I was in my 30s of reinstilling with people that I am not a boy. This is why you can't call me my nickname. And this is why I don't like any of that shit that makes you seem like you infantilizing me. I am not a child. I'm a grown ass goddamn man. And you're going to have to accept that. What my brother said was that, when do I get to stop being a baby to y'all? When do you start understanding that I'm a grown ass man? This is what he's saying to my mother. Same shit. Stop trying to outdo me. That's ego. What do you compete with me for? Bro, I was proud of my brother. I'm like, man, we can hang out more. The rest of these old folks get out the way. I think it's going to be me and you hanging out, bro. We're going to have to travel together. Two sons, different fathers, same mother, coming up with the same experiences. We got different ideologies, but we coming up with the same experiences. How does that track? My mother praising my brother on raising his son. I already raised my son, and she gave all the credit to his mom. All right, whatever. Different situations, different people. It's a bias. It's a bias one way. And it can fluctuate based on what's going on. We can. So now that she's gotten older, and that's why after I left there, her new walker came. I put the shit together, did whatever. She gave me some stuff in trade for doing that service. And there was an event that happened while I was there with her. Like, I'm in a chat with all these people that's in Vegas, all my team members or my league members that are in Vegas already. They've been there since Saturday, shooting pool, playing, waiting for a tournament to start. And my league operator sends out this picture that he did with the event in the bathrooms and stuff, right? And on that picture, I'm on that picture and I see it. I say, that's a picture of me. And it has a circle next to it, and it's a circle of the bathrooms. It's like, okay, master's area, bathroom. And then I'm reading what he's written down there because he wrote a fucking 4-paragraph thing. And I'm seeing something about you can look for artisan. The master bathrooms are here with artisan. I'm like, what the hell is this shit? And I'm talking to my mother at the time I see it. I said, what is this shit? What about me is synonymous with a bathroom, nigga? Like, what the fuck is that about? So he mentions it in there. And so I type back in the chat, how is the master's bathroom something that I'm associated with? Is this pre-1967? Nobody responded. Nobody responded. Now, mind you, I am the only black dude in this chat. I'm the only one, the only black person in this chat. It's Latinos, it's Filipinos, it's Caucasians. But you got my picture up there next to Master's bathroom? The fuck is that? And I put it in the chat. Nobody said shit. They moved on to a different conversation, didn't even acknowledge it. 2 people laughed at the shit, but nobody mentioned it after that point. I'm like, see, like I said, I don't have to argue with you about shit. All I have to do is point out the dumb shit you do and ask you questions about it. You're going to see it yourself. That inherent bias made me sit there and wonder just psychologically, what association, when you were doing this to make sure everybody knew where the bathrooms were, like we can't read a goddamn map. And they didn't already go over this in the video the league put out about this. What made me synonymous with a bathroom? In the bathroom in the master's area. What? Nigga, what an insult. God damn. And then you don't even acknowledge it. You don't even acknowledge the statement or the question. Boy. That was some funky shit. That was some really funky shit. Well, yeah, Malika. Yeah. And that was the thing. After I left my mother's house and I was waking up this morning, you know what I thought about it? After just now sharing that story with you guys about my league operator, who's a Filipino dude. I like him, but he's a Filipino dude. His thing to put my picture in on this is to put it next to the bathrooms. Is it because I'm brown? You didn't have a picture of anybody else you can put next to this bathroom? To identify where the bathroom was on the map for our league members? Well, when I woke up this morning and was thinking about my mother, who I love, said she only called me up there for utility because I could put something together. I hadn't talked to her in a couple of weeks before then. And like my mother was going out of town to Puerto Rico in another day or so, walking for her trip. If she didn't need to walk for her trip put together, I don't think I would have talked to her then either. Because it wasn't until I got there yesterday that she was sending me her itinerary and shit. I was like, oh, I guess I need to know that. That's it. People tell on themselves. I don't have to really do shit. Ah, shit, I missed my turn. That's what I just did. That's what I just did. I just missed my turn. God damn it. Got to be more careful. Let me get off over here in Pleasant. Let me get off at this next exit. Next exit. Running my goddamn mouth. Running my goddamn mouth. Missed my turn. Getting on 5. So, where is it? Trust, you know what you know about that yapping and driving. That what I'm doing? I'm yapping. I'm yapping. I don't think men yap. I don't think men yap. I know women yap. I don't think men yap. I got my other. I have my work phone doing the directions, and it's not piped into the car because I'm using the car. So I'm not hearing the alert. I have to look down at that phone, not at the road. That's why I didn't see it. Even though I know the way I'm going, I always turn on the GPS just because. Like I can get all the way there without looking at a GPS or anything. But I usually turn it on, you know, traffic conditions and shit like that. Give me a little heads up. Get a little bit of a heads up. That's okay. I'll just swing. You know, all this shit is interconnected. All this stuff is interconnected. So I would just swing my happy brown ass back around and get on the road I wanted to be on. It's good. It's Gucci. Got time, baby. Got time. I am leaving later than I wanted to because I wanted to be on the road at 7. But of course, I'm taking food out my refrigerator, so it's not sitting there for a couple of days going bad. And the fruit platter that I never opened all of a sudden spilled on my damn floor. So now I got fruit juice and shit on my floor, and I need to clean that up so I don't have a fucking army of ants in my kitchen when I come back home a couple days. Like, holy shit. Of course, you break now. I've never even opened you, but you break open when I'm trying to throw you away. Oh, shit. All right. We back on it. We back on it. As soon as I get to the 5, I'm going to lock in this cruise control, and it's going to be me in the toaster oven having a good time. It's overcast today, and I'm wearing shorts. So it was a good, despite that, it's a good conversation with my mother because I think that makes it complicated for people to hear that I can have disagreements with her, not really approve of her position, but at the end of the day, that's still mom. I still love her. I still love her. She got lucky like that. That's just what it is. Look, I don't have a problem knowing who people are and accepting their ass for that. But I had the same struggle my brother does. When are you gonna see me as a grown ass man? Same struggle. You're gonna have to stop. And what I realized today, I realized at the time because it was bothering me, but I didn't use the word that I'm using now. It's a dick measuring contest. My mother is constantly dick measuring with her sons. And she enjoyed, and I realized that yesterday, after the conversation, 2 conversations we had, and thinking about childhood and stuff like that, She likes doing that kind of shit. My mother might have an inferiority complex. She might. Because a lot of stuff that she does nowadays at this age, seeing it, it's just like we're tired of seeing it. It's like you just trying to prove you better than all these people. That's your go-to. When somebody tells you about going somewhere, or some white folks tell you about going somewhere, you like to be able to try to one up them and say, "Oh, I've been there too, and I went to here and all this expensive shit that I know you don't want to pay all that money for." But you do it so you can say you did it and hold it over, or say I'm better than you. That's ego. That's a hell of a lot of ego. I don't have an ego like that. I don't give a fuck about none of that shit. I care about what I want to do and if I'm enjoying doing it. Like I was telling yesterday, I'm the outlier in my family. I'm the weird one. Because I do it that nobody else in my family does. And do it gladly. Do it gladly and do it alone and don't care. Because that's what I learned I was going to have to do. You're going to have to go it alone. Because they're not riding with you like that. Okay, well, as long as I know. Like I said, I don't care what flag you fly. As long as you fly high, I know where you stand. As long as I know where you stand, I know where to find your fucking ass too. Fly your flag high. I don't care which one it is. But don't think I don't see it. Don't think I'm stupid. Don't you say trust you good at what? We women are good at getting our way in that regard. Yeah. She loved doing that shit. I've watched her do it at my son's house for his birthday. My mother's there, she show up late. And she's sitting there going on and on, trying to hold court and conversation with my son's girlfriend. I should just start calling her wife, his wife. They've been together long enough. They fucking common law married as far as I'm concerned. They got a whole family and everything. I might as well call her his wife, even if they ain't get married. I might as well call her his wife. Anyway, his girlfriend's mother. And my mother is having a conversation with her because this woman owns property and stuff like that, right? And they travel. My son went to took the granddaughter to Rome and Italy and all that shit. That was with the grandma. Kids. Watching the scene play out where my mother is sitting there, they having this long conversation about all this traveling that they've done, but it's all a one-upmanship. Oh, and here we did this, and we got to do this thing, you got to go up here and do this. It's all this performance. And it's bothering me because she falling into a stereotype right now. Because my mother, Charles, is lighter than me. But she's short and she's a bit overweight. Big legs, need a cane to walk and shit like that. She looking like a goddamn stereotype now. A fat black woman. The cruise she going on with another female. No husbands, just the two of them going to Puerto Rico. And you on a walker. A rolling walker. With your girlfriend. Who husband staying back. That look crazy as hell. But that's what she been doing since she always go and travel. We can stay with somebody for 2 weeks while she mama off traveling the world living her life because she got a good corporate job and was making some good money and she got the fuck out of it. It wasn't about taking us. It was about her going. So yeah, she's had a lot of experiences with travel. She has. But I see how she rests on that shit as being the worth. I'm better than you because I've done all these things. No, you had more opportunity to do those things than most other people. You've had more opportunities to do that than your sons had. Imagine that. Because we the two big kids in your household. We've been one place with her, Jamaica. That was it. My son has been a couple places with her because she took him on that cruise for his graduation present. So they went around the Mediterranean. But that's an ego play to prove that, grandmommy's all this. Look what I did for you. Motherfucker, I paid for some of that. You damn sure wasn't doing that for me. So it's a lot of stuff like that I'm seeing now that I can't say I approve of, but she's a grown ass woman. And that's mama. What the fuck you about to do about it? Am I about to change her mind? Turn back the clock, make her think differently? Fuck no. That's just how she is. You gotta take it that way. It's like buying a car and it clicks when you make left turns. If it's a used car, motherfucker, and that's all you can afford, then you're gonna get used to the click. Just what it is. It does it. But it making that noise lets you know you understand that car. This is just who she is. I didn't make her this way. This is how I got it. Artists and women in our community have been conditioned to be our competitors, not our compliments. Themselves better and smarter than us. Which perpetuates the love, hate bullshit. Yeah, which perpetuates the misandry. Eating his own. And she was kind of squirming like a vampire in church when I was playing it at first, but then I played her the part about the white woman who was suing the black prenatal clinic because they was discriminating against her because they wouldn't give her prenatal care. And it's a Latina woman presenting as white. She checked all the boxes to get the services, but they would not give her the services because she wasn't black. And she sued. She got a lawsuit against their ass. My mother saw it as a grave injustice. No, they sending people out since Trump got in office. They're sending people out to break all this kind of stuff down. Black women have the highest mortality rate of such and such. You know what I didn't hit her ass with? Black women also have the highest abortion rates. So yes, if you got prenatal care and it's only for black women, a woman applied that checked all the boxes and can't get it because she ain't black, well, yeah, that could be looked at as being racist. Good. It'd be no different if it was just for white women and the black woman showed up and said, can I get this? And said, no, your ass ain't white. It is the same shit. You can see it as a huge disservice that they did that, but it's true. Now, the part that Dr. TSI was bringing up, they don't have that kind of stuff for men. Now, he didn't know the term for it, but I know the term for it because when I had my daughter with my wife, we were going to these things that it was predominantly for white folks and families. It was birth and bonding classes. That's what they're called. Birth and bonding classes to teach you as men and women how to hold the baby, how to comfort and soothe and shit like that. That's what it is. We did it while the wife was pregnant, and it was some after too. You know what they never said on that class? It was just for white folks. Never said it. And that's why we was in there. My Asian wife and my black ass. So she could see it as a grave disservice. Yeah, I can see it that way too. But I also see it the other way where the lawsuit getting filed against y'all asses too. Oh, they went into these black businesses and these women's businesses in Atlanta just got shut down. They had to close up because they was helping women. And I'm sitting there looking at it like, you don't hear yourself, do you? It's just black women. I had to tell her, she was trying to say they did so much worse than everybody else. I said, that's bullshit. Only black men get it done worse. You know how you know, mama? Because a black woman can point at a black man and say he did something to me, and the people will grab his ass up without asking any questions. That ain't the case with white women or black women. It's not. Nobody will ask a question. They'll just believe he fucking did it. No proof, no evidence, no nothing. And to prove it to her, I brought back a story that she had shared with me. Now y'all listen to this shit. Y'all listen to this. This is very telling. Now this story comes from pre-COVID, right before COVID hit. This is somebody she knows that she's grown up with, went to school with, and everything. It's something that happened to his son. His son, Guy G, his son, married a white woman. Son is like 25 or something like that. They have a child together. Not surprising, if you fucking somebody long enough without protection, you will eventually have a child together. Just how the shit works. Not surprising. Every color can do it. He's joining the police force and stuff like that. He's working really good, right? Well, after the baby gets here, how the story goes is the boy committed suicide. Came home one day after work, committed suicide. Found his ass dead in the bathtub, left this long ass note. Now here's the particulars of the story. The boy, 25, has come home. He's a cop or a rookie or whatever the fuck, right? Has his bulletproof vest on. This is how he committed suicide. He committed suicide by having on a bulletproof vest and putting a gun to his chest and shooting him. And found him in the bathtub with the bulletproof vest on, shot because he didn't want to make a mess. As said in the note, he didn't want to make a mess for her to have to clean up. And he got a child. Does that make any goddamn sense to y'all whatsoever? You got a young child, your white wife who you love to death, who don't want to be with you. Everybody love you. Everybody like you. You trying to be a police officer. You come home with a bulletproof vest on and shoot yourself with the vest on in the bathtub. I heard that goddamn story. I told my mama, I said, that don't make no damn sense. It sounds like that woman killed that man. I told him it sounded strange. It don't sound strange, mama. It is strange. How the fuck somebody going through the police force who has a bulletproof vest and wants to commit suicide shoots himself through his vest? How does that mechanics work? I said a man committing suicide wants to make sure he doesn't survive. He ain't worried about making no goddamn mess for nobody. He's gonna make sure he does the job completely, which means if he's wearing a bulletproof vest, he don't put the gun to his vest. He put it to his fucking head or his throat or something. Why the fuck would you aim at your vest? That don't make no goddamn sense. I said, it sounds like somebody shot his ass in the chest. And he put himself in the bathtub and did that shit? No, absolutely not. And wrote this long ass note, which was saying, here are the account numbers to my accounts and stuff like that, and the PIN codes and shit. What? For a bitch that's trying to split up from him? Hell nah. And he got a young child? A young son? Absolutely not. Why is she under investigation? I said, you couldn't tell that story to any other person and have them believe that shit. That is not a believable story. And the only reason it passed and the woman got away with it, and after the funeral cut all ties with the man's family, is because it was during COVID. I told her, I said, the only reason they didn't give a fuck is not because that woman was white, it's because the dude was black. That's the only reason. Nobody future forward thinking with a young child planning for his future is going to kill himself by shooting himself in his vest. Are you fucking kidding me? But black women got it the worst. Get the fuck out of here. Y'all stop believing that bullshit. Black men got it worse. You know why? Because we the foundation everybody else stand on to boost himself up. She didn't have nothing to say about that. Exactly. Because even immigrants can come here and stand on top of black men and get help from black women. It was a very interesting conversation. It was. It was an interesting conversation. Exactly, doctor. Exactly, Rosie. I told her as soon as I started hearing that story, I said, that don't match up. He shot himself through his vest. That don't make no sense. That don't make no sense. Men will shoot themselves on Facebook Live in the dome. Have done it, will do it. Men jump off shit, step in front of trains and shit. They make sure the job is thorough. They want it over with. They don't want to survive it. They ain't worried about making a goddamn mess. Why the fuck do they care? I told my mother it sounded like that woman, he came home and found that woman fucking with some dude, and they killed his ass and cleaned it up and wrote this long ass, sound like a woman wrote it, note about it. I said, Mama, that don't sound like a note a man would write when he's committing suicide. Because a man committing suicide is going to write a note telling you why he's doing this shit, not trying to make sure everybody's okay in a note. Get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here. Fuck this bitch. I'm doing this shit because you guys didn't take me serious about this, that, and the third. I cannot deal with this shit. Done. Now, I didn't tell my mother because I know I've told her this shit before. But I almost thought about doing that shit after I split with my wife, or she split on me. And the only thing that didn't keep me from doing that shit was my daughter. I am not about to leave my daughter alone with these motherfuckers. So for my daughter and out of spite, fuck y'all. Why would I take my life? I ain't did shit to me. I ain't did shit to me. Fuck the rest, the two of y'all. But no, this dude all of a sudden committed suicide because his lady was leaving. And he got a young child, a young son, and going through the process to be a police officer. But I told my mom, I said, you know how many psychological tests you got to go through for that police officer shit? And he probably was an officer already, given the fact that he got a bulletproof vest on. Uh, they off that dude. They cleaned it up. Because it was COVID, they probably couldn't get nobody out there too quickly to think about it, to investigate it properly. And after all, it was a black dude with a white woman, so fuck him, he did. The fuck out of here. Everybody loved him. Everybody said he was so full of life. He all this, that, and the other. Everybody else around, except for the bitch that benefited off his death. Yes, nice. Before they offed themselves. Exactly. Because that is the performative nature. That's what it is. It's the performative nature. How I look. Yeah, I didn't kill myself because I shot myself because I didn't want to make a mess for anybody else. Bullshit. Why the fuck would you care about the after effects when you dead? You didn't want to leave a mess for anybody else? What, you thought she was going to have to clean it up? No, she wouldn't. But that does explain why everything is clean, don't it? Because he didn't want to leave a mess. I'm like, Mama, they killed that man. I don't even know that woman. I'm telling you, she killed that man. And if it wasn't her, it was the dude that she was fucking when he came home and found her. The fact that she cut off contact with the family proves that she didn't want them coming after her ass. The grandfather can't even see his grandchild no more. Why? He didn't kill her. Guilty. Guilty, guilty, guilty. I said, somebody need to cold case. You know people ain't going to do that because he's black. I said, no, they're not going to do it because he's a male. If you can hear me, give me a one. I'm back. You can hear me, give me a 1. So bad here. Okay. Still got the doctor, so I'm good. Yeah, doctor, Rosie, you would have had a field day listening to that damn situation. And mind you, this is her friend who was the father of this boy told her the story about what happened to his son. This is pre-COVID. This is the first I've heard of the shit. You'd have had a field day listening to that shit. I said, that's murder. They murdered this fucking dude. Somebody did. And the wife, no. I said, if something happened to my ex-wife, we was going through some separations or some shit like that, I would be in jail. Even if they didn't have no evidence I did a goddamn thing, I would be in jail. Well, he may not have did this, but he had these parking tickets. The nigga had these parking tickets, and he was a little hostile when we rolled up to his job to arrest him. Well, yeah, you rolled up to my fucking job, causing me to lose my employment on some shit I had nothing to do with. Yeah, I'm gonna have an attitude. Yes, I'm gonna be upset. Yes, I'm gonna have some words for you motherfuckers. That's called being human. I told people before, look, I'll admit the shit I do. I don't have a problem doing that shit. If I did it, I fucking did it. But if I'm adamantly telling you I didn't do that shit, I didn't do it. Didn't do it. And no amount of browbeating is gonna make me believe that you no, but maybe you did. Maybe I fucking know. No, I didn't. There's no maybe about it. I fucking did it, I did it. And I don't need you to try to make me believe I did it. I know what I did and what I didn't do. So I have a problem saying that shit. Did do, didn't do, won't do. I know all of that shit very clearly. It has not changed. Like, yeah, some shit. It's a quarter tank of gas already. It ain't been nowhere. They got the shit blend. Definitely got the shit blend. You're breaking asses. You're not gonna be dealing with this all the way in LA, bro. You got 4 car lengths and you hitting the brakes. You fucking retarded. Anyway, like, share, subscribe, Sports Street. Feel so fine. Rosie, I don't know who did the forensic, but they were down in your area. They're down in your area, and this was right before COVID. They wasn't doing their goddamn job, I can tell you that much. Because if that woman ain't locked up, that's a travesty. And it shows that people don't give a fuck if it's a black dude. It shows who's at the bottom of this damn totem pole. That black woman keep trying to say, "Oh, we down here. We down here. Everybody steps on us. Everybody treats us terribly." Like, get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here. So, beyond that, it was an interesting conversation, as conversations with my mother are nowadays, because we're all older. I have to ask her again. I can't remember what county it was in, but it was down in the LA area. Um, she's in her 60s. I'm in my 50s. My brother is in his 40s, right? About to hit 50. So we all have experience that we can talk about. It's more conversation that happens now that I see that she has to take a step back and understand that her sons are men. It is hard. I think it's really hard for her. But because of who we were raised by, we have very strong ideas and opinions as men. We have our own experiences out in the world, what we know, and it's not filtered through mama's lens of what we know. We know because we have our own experience, which doesn't match up to hers. Doesn't. So that shit, that's why I think it comes down to the competition thing. So I did this. I've traveled a lot more. I just want to tell you this. My mother just tried to explain oil and blended oil to me. Like I'm not a man and I ain't been driving a car since I was in my damn 20s. And I need to understand the fuel efficiency of blended or synthetic oil. And I'm sitting there looking at it like, okay, I was just talking to you about the people at work wanting to think they can talk to me like I'm stupid. And here you go, not seeing it at all. What you doing? You need to explain oil to me. Rosie, I don't know, and you asked me too many pertinent personal questions over a live chat. That needs to be an email or a text message, Sister Girl. One of which I don't have the answers to either. I have to get off the stream and text her to find out that answer. So anyway, moving on to the other stuff. It was a good conversation. I do love my mother and my brother. They are wishing me luck in my tournament. So I'm appreciative of that for what it's worth. And now I'm thinking about it, I think I will go see the Michael Jackson movie while I'm in Vegas. Because I don't need anybody else to spoil it for me. I mean, I grew up during the time of Michael Jackson, so none of this shit is news to me. So just seeing how it's represented on screen is the interesting part. So, like, share, subscribe, support the stream if you feel so inclined. Drinking my coffee, my Pop Tart on Highway 5. Still have not had breakfast, which just means I'm a power through and have a big lunch. And I didn't get any rolled snacks. Well, so what else we got? Well, there's a little bit of interesting television watching this week. At least on streaming. Side note, shout out to Snarky J for echoing the same sentiment that I already did about how streaming services are just cable prices now. Congrats. It's always nice when people hear what you say. But don't give you credit, I guess. I've been beating that drum for years. Looking at my Netflix the other day, and it tells me how long I've been a member. I've had Netflix since 2014 or some shit like that. I've been paying Netflix for that long. Interesting. Like all these slow drivers in the past. Being on streaming services for that long, seeing it start, haven't been paying a cable bill before that. I know what I was paying for cable because I was paying the cable bill because I had it before 2014. Also, know that Snarky J ain't been 25 years old, so she wouldn't know anything about that shit. Probably still don't pay a streaming bill. It's like my daughter ain't never seen a cell phone bill. It's still a salient point. Still a good point. Streaming shit is ridiculous, and it's just cable prices for less watchable content. Yep, me too, Rosie. That's how I started. Getting DVDs from Netflix. Then they started doing video games too. Like, oh shit. My family is usually early adopters, tech and gadgets and shit like that. So my mother had the Netflix service. I always had to drop her movies off. She'd let us borrow the movies, drop it back in the mailbox when we finished watching. And then after I moved out, when I'm in the generation that you always need to have your own shit, I got my own Netflix account and stop borrowing shit. I like having my own. So streaming was a way to get rid of cable because cable was too goddamn expensive. For channels I wasn't watching, 100 something bucks a month for a bunch of shit I ain't watching. I ain't checking out nothing but History, Discovery, or some A&E or something like that. Nope, I'm good. I can get rid of this shit because for 20 bucks a month, I can see all the movies I want to as long as I want to. Give them $20. I can watch this same movie every day if I want to. I ain't got to return it. And I ain't got to wait till they schedule it off. No shit like that. I went from Netflix, and then I eventually got Hulu because Hulu had all the TV shows. Currently running TV shows. Netflix had all the movies. Hulu had all the TV shows. Between the two of them, I walked away from cable. When they start making more streaming apps, I picked up a couple more of them, but I didn't like it because Netflix used to be the warehouse for all of that shit. Everybody. Then everybody wanted to start splitting up to do it themselves. Disney pull it out, Paramount pull it. They want a piece of that pie. Now you got, I don't know how many streaming services with content, but not all of it is actually good. You might as well have kept your shit on one platform and let them pay you to have it up instead of making your own shitty streaming service and trying to charge somebody $25 a month to come look at the same two shows that you got worth watching. So she basically listed off all the streaming services I did when I went on my rant about that shit. The last time I went on my rant about that shit. Because I've done it multiple times. I've said it for a while, a number of years. Streaming services will just become cable as it's just logical. And I have 5, 6. And I know what I pay for each one of them and how what that price difference looks like versus an old cable bill that I actually had paid because I had cable before they were streaming services. I was actually paying bills for shit like that. So I do know the difference. About the same price for more scattered content. There is a thing psychologically that if you have too many choices, none of them are actually good. And it's the problem. You have too many options. That's why you can't find shit to watch. Because you're oversaturated with content. That means you're oversaturated with the amount of bad content. It's more channels for shit to flow through. But like I said, it was a good point. It's a good point when I made it too. Not bitter. Like snarky as cute as hell. I just go for my respect. A fan of respect. Shit, since I'm still on the road. You got Invincible, you got the boys, Andre's in here, you got a little bit of Darth Maul. Yeah, you got Daredevil Born Again. Which one you guys want to hear about first? Or hear my opinion on first? You can go back and watch the episode. Excuse me. What up, Joe Hurt? Sneeze so hard, make my head itch. Jesus. Apparently, y'all got a delay. This is television, not radio. The boys. Get all the way over. What the fuck is this 2-mile-an-hour lane change? You got to ride in the middle of both lanes for a half quarter of a mile to get to the other lane. Stupid asses. Herb said, I wonder when the streaming services will raise their prices again. Stuff is getting too expensive for not the best entertainment. They're going to raise them again by the summer. Summer or Christmas. They want everybody to pay for them. And this was my thing. This was my point in saying that the streaming services would reach cable prices at one point. Because once that's the only form of television you watch, then they can fuck with it. Then they can keep jacking up the prices. Because you see, none of them are lowering their prices to compete with each other. No. They all just keep incrementally raising their prices all together as a group. Because it's about fucking you over it. It ain't necessarily about them competing with each other. They competing with you for the money in your pocket. They want you to pay more for the shitty service. The biggest offender of this shit for me is Disney. Because I know how much I'm paying Disney every year, and it's not worth it. It's not. Now, I'm from the generation of ownership. You bought stuff. You bought tangibles. If you like comics, you bought comics. If you like music, you bought music. Tape, CD, vinyl, it doesn't matter. You bought the shit. You had it. It's tangible. You like books, you bought books. They're there. They're tangible. You like movies, you bought DVDs, VHS, compact disc, whatever, Blu-rays. You bought tangible items and you had it. Once you bought it, it was yours. Now, your newer, younger generations, your generations, your streamer generation, y'all don't own shit. You don't. Because you're the generation that's more apt to want to borrow shit from people. So that's what the streaming service did. They let you borrow some shit, and when they feel like taking it away, they do. Go on Netflix right now and tell me how many movies they got up there that says the little red banner across the bottom said leaving soon. But why is it leaving? Why is it leaving? You're not putting this in the theaters. Where is it going? It's like television used to be, or cable used to be. You know, when cable would run a movie for like a month or two, and then it would be yanked. You wouldn't see it again for a while. You would have to wait until it came on cable again. That's why you wouldn't get Christmas movies all year round. But during, the holiday season for the programming, yeah, you get those Christmas movies coming out on cable again. It's the same way now with the streaming service. They're just cable channels without the cable. The cable is your streaming software. No, they don't even own their identity. That's why it's cobbled together from everybody else. What does it mean? Well, maybe I'm not a male. Maybe I'm not a female. Maybe you're an idiot. It's only two ways people come here. The third way has a very low percentage of happening. Like, perfect example of this. I might own Ghost in the Shell on Amazon Prime. I bought Ghost in the Shell on Amazon Prime. If I get rid of my Prime account, do I still have that movie? To buy that digital movie. But if I get rid of my Prime, do I still have that movie? No, it goes with Prime. I gave them $10 for nothing. For nothing. If I don't have an internet connection, can I watch that movie? No, you can't. You can only watch it through their platform with an internet connection. But here's the funny part. I own a copy of Ghost in the Shell on VHS. I own a copy of Ghost in the Shell on Blu-ray. If I watched it in my house in California, I have it, right? If I picked it up, put it in my car, drove to Nevada, and popped it in a DVD player or a VHS player in Nevada, could I watch it? Yes. Why? Because I own the movie. It's mine. I own it. I paid money for it. I got a tangible copy of it. It is actually mine. It goes where I go. If I move 17 times in a year, it doesn't matter. That copy is gone with me 17 times. And as long as I have the required player to play it, I can watch it on any TV. Ownership. You don't have that with streaming. You don't have that with digital music necessarily, because it can be wiped. One trip in the rain, and all your music lost. Unless it's on the cloud, one piece of space debris, and your satellite is down, you ain't got shit. I think of this often when thinking about how things don't work. And we have all these touch screens, but we're more disconnected and not touching anything. Not touching anything. All this glass in between us. Not touching shit. Nothing is tactile, which is what helps you in what the real world is. You'll get none of that. All us old people in here understand what a push button phone is, a rotary phone or a touch tone phone is. It doesn't feel the same when I'm touching the screen and it's not moving as fast as my fingers are moving like I would on a touch tone phone. There's no feel to it at all. It's living in the world through a condom. said, it was a good point. I liked it when I made it originally because I know because nobody was talking about it. Nobody was. It's the only people that pay bills that actually think about shit. Still got a touchstone at your household? Good. I still got the Incrediphone storage. I'm trying to go 70, but the toaster oven just want to go 90. Well, fucking, let's not get a speeding ticket out here. He does not want to drive below 80. He does not want to drive below 80. God damn, dude. He does not want to drive below 80. Be fucked up, Ghost. You get me fucked up, Ghost. I'm not supposed to be speeding. I'm supposed to be maintaining a respectable rate of speed so I don't get pulled over by the highway patrol. Yo, just let me run, ass. Don't get me in trouble. Just let me run, boss. Just let me run. I want to run. Like Cat Williams, young child. I'm thinking about running. It's okay. Just do this part. Just do this. Los Baños, which means I made it nowhere yet. Fresno. I had to stop off and see Dr. T on my way back. Surprise his ass. Surprise, motherfucker. Let's get something to eat. Where the bitch is at? Bullshit. Bullshit. All right, so the boys. Rosie was the only one that said something about what you wanted to hear about, so boys it is. That's the too slow. Don't be a slow mo. So the boys, this episode. First off, who has watched the boys this season? I know I was talking shit about it, and that I still meant it. It still stands. But this episode, this last episode, was one of the better episodes. Was probably the best episode in this shit to me. So there is a review for it. Seen it. But I don't think I put it up. Like, this last episode of The Boys was good in a way that proves the people who are writing this show are on social media listening to the manosphere. And this episode proves it because some of the stuff they get that they throw in there is complaint from men in male spaces in the manosphere, black and white. And the people who are writing the show are putting that stuff into it. And some of it is a legit point, but they're trying to twist it a little bit. Right? Kids, they use it, but they don't understand. So I'm gonna try hope this. Okay, I think I got you guys back. If you can see and hear me, give me a one in the chat. Please, thank you. Please, thank you. Woo. 659. Yeah. Boy. Bro, get the fuck out the way. I don't understand why people always get a fast lane and then want to be the hall monitor for everybody else. They won't pass the car in front of them or on the side of them. So you just get this slow speed passing the vehicle so somebody can get around their ass. Two dumbass Mercedes drivers, one in front of me, one behind me. Should be a main one speed. You got Mercedes, you can afford a ticket, right? You can afford a speed ticket. Fuckface. Gotta be damn near 100 to get around the ass. Anyway, so the boys. And Malika, you can tell me about this. I think you were the one telling me about it. What happened with the brother Laz Alonso on the boys? Was he sick? Did he go through some cancer or something like that? Because he lost a lot of weight. He lost a hell of a lot of weight from last season. And I can't remember who it was that was telling me he had a medical condition or something. Last season, he was buff and swole. This season, he got gooseneck and shit. I'm like, what the hell is going on? This car does not want to go slow. My car does not want to go slow. He wants to run at 80. That's his cruising speed. Nobody's responding. No response from the peanut gallery. Losing people by the minute. Ugh. What up, Beastly? Said he did what Dave Batista did and got more conscientious about the health of what I was reading. Okay. Maybe these people are being cloned. Maybe they cloning everybody in Tyrone because that's a drastic weight loss. Drastic. To where he looks sick. Maybe that's the indication that they've been body swapped or something. I don't know. That the new clone ain't full grown yet, so it don't develop all the muscle. Get to the right size and the age, but you can't get the muscle yet because you got to work and develop the muscle. I don't know. Just looks weird. Cruising at 84. maximum speed limit. We gotta go down to 70 now. His weight loss due to his health and exercise. Well, yeah, he was in pretty good shape. He looking sick now though, so I don't know how that's an improvement. Motherfucker was filling out them shirts and shit. He had chest up top and stuff. I'm like, damn, that's what's up. He looking like Mother Slimalack right now. like, all the height, none of the iron. Like, god dang. Mother's lactose intolerance. Yeah, I was concerned. I'm concerned looking at him on the screen. Like, man, what the fuck? Anyway, this episode, for me watching it, I haven't been liking this season of The Boys. You already know that. It has been rubbing me foul. This episode rubbed me foul too. It continued in that same vein. But this episode has some things that really worked for me. And that's the part that was interesting because there wasn't a lot of fighting. Nobody really got killed this one. But the story, the dialogue centered around fathers and sons and learning the fathers' backstories was important. Now, the reason I think the writers lucked up on the shit, but they do listen to manosphere content, is because they even had the inclination to put shit like that in there. But like I said, like a kid, they don't know they have something. They use it, but they don't know how it works, right? They're just using it. They used it to make a point against men, but it's actually get the fuck out my way. Bro, why did you get your slow ass over here to not pass the car in front of you? Fucking hell. Goddamn hall monitor. 65 miles an hour, you jump into the fast lane where people go at 70 and 80, but you don't go over 65. I don't want to wait the hour for you to try to pass this car next to you that you can't even gain on. The Tesla is doing the same shit he doing. Now we coming up to a bunch of trucks. This is bullshit. This is bullshit. The episode starts off stomach turning to me. It kind of starts off with Bullhorn or Allfather banging out Ashley 1 and 2. You don't see it in typical boys fashion, where you usually see sex and everything else. You don't get to see it. You just get to find out that there was all kind of toys and anal plugs and stuff like that used. And Allfather was probably getting them used on him. Now, why the supposed super black preacher got to be taking it in the culo is beyond me, especially for some skinny ass mousy white chick. Buy me and understand. But that's what happens. He's screaming and calling out like a bitch. What up, to Trill? Now, the main part of the episode is everybody heading to Fort Harmony to look for some remnants or some of this old compound V, original strain, OGV as I call it. Well, let's skip to the important part. The boys end up there, Homelander and Soldier Boy end up there. Soldier Boy and Homelander ending up there is because they don't fly, they kind of walk in. And Soldier Boy and Homelander are having a conversation, which is interesting. They start finding out stuff about each other. And you can see it as a father and son hunting trip if you want to. But that's kind of how it functions. You know. Now Starlight, she does a very X-Men 2 situation where she goes back to her family and she finds her biological father. She goes to his house. He's not shocked to see her. He invites her in and talks to her. He knows who she is, right? This is the dad that abandoned her and her mother, as the story goes. Now, once the boys arrive at this compound, they realize all these animals and stuff like that are dead around this place. And once they get into the compound, there's all kind of vines and dead bodies, and there's something in the air that's making them aggressive and saying really mean and hateful shit to each other. It's like it's bringing out their hatred, but it's their hatred for each other. Now, some kind of way, Frenchie is immune to this stuff. It's not having any effect on Frenchie, but it is having an effect on all the rest of these people. Right? Now, while they could proceed to look through this fort for this formula, Homelander and Soldier Boy arrives. And this shit has an effect on them too. Now, it's saying it's playing on their hatred, but what it really seems like it's doing is just making them tell the truth about how they feel about each other. Right? Now, before Homelander and Soldier Boy got there, while they were traipsing through the forest, they're having a little conversation and revealing stuff about each other that they knew. And Homelander is kind of challenging Soldier Boy, or at least letting them know that, yeah, I had something with Stormfront too. You knew her as Liberty. Well, I knew her as Stormfront. She's dead. I did something, right? And Soldier Boy is still really detested by Homelander. Let's know this. But once they get into the fort, and these spores or whatnot are working on them, it all come out. Homelander let Soldier Boy know, like, hell yeah. Yeah, I bucked many times. Hurt. in the mouth and everything else. And so it's revealed that Soldier Boy and Homelander, the audience already know, they got a lot in common. Basically, they know they are way around the same vagina. But all the rest of this hatred for each other starts coming out of their mouths as they're saying to each other. And after a point, what up, Charles? Soldier Boy gets tired of hearing this shit from Homelander because Homelander started hitting Soldier Boy with the zingers, which is telling Soldier Boy's real story. That he wasn't really a hero like he wanted to be. He's an egomaniac. That his brother was the real hero. And he begged, and Soldier Boy begged his rich father to buy him a spot in Vought's experiments so his brother wouldn't be better than him. And that's why all Soldier Boy wants to do is fight and fuck. No higher calling. That's all he did it for. Like, wow, that's gotta hit him, right? So Homelander is actually getting the better of talking about Soldier Boy, and Soldier Boy doesn't want to deal with that shit. So they walk into a room, and it comes to a doorway. Soldier Boy stops and lets Homelander walk through it, and then Soldier Boy closes the door on his ass. It's like a safe. And he opens up this panel on the wall, and it's uranium or something like that. And he tells them it's the room that they use to like punish suits to see if they can survive a nuclear blast. So it's only gonna make Homelander sick. But his ass is locked in there. And so the boy tells him, I don't like you. I detest you. He tells him flat out, ain't shit. So he basically puts that boy on a timeout. Soldier Boy put Homelander on a timeout. You see, Homelander cannot get out. The IV don't work, super strength don't work, and his skin is bubbling and coming off. He is ill. He is weak. I'm like, damn, that's his kid. Yeah, he really don't have no attachment like that. No attachment. He put that boy on a straight up timeout. It's like he gave his ass some vanilla or something. Now, the rest of the boys start going at each other as well. They're further down in this complex, already effects. So you get Huey and Mother's Milk and Butcher mouthing off to each other, and they start having a whole fight. Like for real. Kumiko goes after I just said his name. Huey. Mother's Milk go after Huey. Mother's Milk and Butcher get into it. I'm like, holy shit. This could be it. The only one not affected is Frenchie. And Frenchie to do unintended effect. Well, they really going in on each other. Now, through the course of the fight, Butcher and Mother's Milk get separated. Frenchie runs off to find the source. Kumiko, Mother's Milk, and Huey are all in some other area having a three-way fight. So while Butcher has gone away, Butcher ends up running across Homelander locked in this containment room. And this is a great fucking scene. This is a great scene. Butcher has Homelander dead to rights. He is trapped in this thing. He cannot get out. He is weakened. He is losing it. and they are now suffering the effects of these spores. So they're having a great scene through a pane of glass, looking at each other, talking about how much they hate each other. Just being real, just straight up. Now they're almost at this point on equal footing. If Butcher could get in there, he could probably take Homelander. If Homelander could get out, he could probably take Butcher. But they're having a real no nonsense, fuck you conversation. And it's a beautiful scene because they're just being real with each other. And Homelander is telling them how, yeah, Ryan's not dead. I ain't kill him. He knows he did. But Butcher is letting them know, look, when it's all over, it's going to be me who offs you. I'm killing you. Know that as a fact. So they kick some real to each other. And Butcher is that Homelander's in the position that he's in, he leaves his ass in there. Because Homelander deduces you don't have no virus. You don't have a virus. Why wouldn't you use it if you had it right now? You ain't got shit. You bluffing. You's a fraud. You's a fake. He is unbothered, weakened and sick. He is unbothered by Butcher. He's like, you ain't got shit. You ain't got nothing for me. If you had it, you would have used it already. You ain't got shit. And it backs Butcher up. And Homelander reads Butcher. He reads his ass. I'm like, damn. This is kind of good. If you thought the scene in Heat with Al Pacino and Robert De Niro was good, it was. It's a great scene. This scene in The Boys is not as great as that, but it plays on the same idea. They have a moment to talk. A quiet moment just to talk. And they just being real with each other. It's just what it is. It's just what it is, man. I have a destiny. I have a calling. You are insignificant. Ain't shit. That shit was like, wow. Now, the flip side on this story is what's going on with Starlight. Like I said, she's gone to her biological father's house. He's invited her in. That's not 70, that's sweet and 80, motherfucker. What does this thing keep saying? I'm over 80. It's saying it's 72. It's true. 87. That was reading correctly. Computer systems. Now, a close second, Charles, was Batman and the Joker from the Snyder Cut. Where you hear Batman talk about breaking his one rule. Like, when this is over, I'm going to fucking kill you. He tells Joker flat out. Flat out. That is like, oh shit. Butcher saying he going to kill somebody ain't surprising. Homelander threatening to kill somebody is not surprising. Batman telling his arch enemy, when this is over, I will fucking kill you. and he got the 4.5 on his hip. That's some damn cinema right there. That's some cinema. Now, the flip story is Starlight with her biological dad. It turns out that bio dad has a son. He has a family. Starlight has a younger brother. And like Mother's Milk's daughter, stepdaddy, he all in the Homelander camp. Starlighters kill babies and all that shit. He believe all that crap. Now, this is a ripoff scene from X-Men 2 when they go to Bobby Drake's house with Pyro and Rogue and Wolverine, where the brother is not on board with them, kind of irritated, and does call the police. But what you get while Starlight is there is the real story about why her father is not there. And when I saw this shit, I wanted to know if Dr. T and BGS had seen it. I said, have they watched this yet? This shit and this scene is ripped straight from the Black Manosphere. Not just the Manosphere, the Black Manosphere. And what is the part that's ripped from? Getting your father's side of the story. Sitting down and talking to that man about what was the circumstance for him not being there in your life. And like it is for most boys, black boys who actually venture to do that shit, for Starlight, it is a revelation that her mother was full of shit like she already knew. Her father didn't abandon them just because he wanted to up and leave. Bullshit. He left because his mother was on that. Her mother was on that bullshit and trying to wrap religion up in Starlight. Like, no, she was sent from God, and it was this, that, and the other, and that had his seed believe in that shit. He couldn't see a point in turning him around from it, so he threw up his hands and walked the fuck away. Saved himself. John said, I will tell you, I thought this, I will tell you this, I thought I was the only one who thought that, because that was the real shit being spoken too straight. Yes, it was. It was. And you weren't. As soon as I saw that, I was like, that's us. That's Black Manosphere talking points. Talk to your father, get his side of the story. This is what I mean about their kids using something, but they don't understand it. You know, it's a lot of wokies on this show, writing this show. You know that. You know they listen to Manosphere content because they throw that on the deep as being what he does just to try to malign it and slander. But you have a scene like this in here that directly comes from the Black Manosphere, and it's a powerful scene. It's like, how did this slip through? They don't understand what they just did. Somebody who wrote this scene understands what they do, but the overall show don't understand what this did. You got the child sitting down with the father, asking him why he abandoned them, to let them know your mother was pumping your head full of that bullshit. And she wouldn't listen to me, and I couldn't turn you around because you was believing it too. So I had to go. I wasn't with her taking this money to shoot you up with this shit. I wasn't with that. She did it. What he said in that speech was, which is the best scene in the board, as far as I'm concerned. What he basically said is the same shit we've been saying to black women. You daddy. Vault was your V daddy. That was it. You replaced him. You replaced your husband with Vault. Because it provided everything for the baby and all the rest of that shit. All you had to do was let us shoot this motherfucker up with this drug. It might give him superpowers and make you a celebrity. Your life will be good. Just give us your children. Oh my God. Oh my God. And the man wasn't down with that shit. And had to walk away because of it. And what did he get for it? He got talked to like he was a piece of shit. He got talked about like he was a piece of shit. I'm like, get the fuck out of here, boy. They is listening. They be straight up ear hustling and use it all day. But they don't know what they damn did. You should have never let some news like that come out. That was a real scene of what should be happening. I've been telling them brothers that shit since my kid was young. You need to talk to your father. You need to talk to your father. I got there from listening to what my mother had told me. People only know me from the stories you tell them. Oh, that's very telling. Very telling. Because I don't know shit about this man because you ain't told no stories about him, except he wasn't shit. So maybe I do need to talk to him, get his side of the story. Boy, that was to me, that was some groundbreaking television right there. That was some groundbreaking television right there. And you've already seen her mother be a piece of shit, not caring about her. You've seen, if you watch Gen V, you see Emma's mama not be giving a shit about her. She's just property. It's just something that she can gain something off of. Ego. You're only there to help elevate me to where I want to be. And there's too much truth coming out about these women nowadays. Too much truth. And how that little beast slipped by is a wonder to me. Is a whole wonder to me. I don't understand how that got by. I'm glad it did, but I don't know how it did. You got somebody in the Truth Squad on the fuck out of here. Yes. Yes, Malika, you see it too now, don't you? Vault was the welfare. Feminism, education, child support, no fault divorce, DEI. Exactly. And who's sitting at the head of Vault right now after they knocked the white woman off her perch? Sister Sage. And she the smartest one in the room. While she fucking her white flipper daddy, maybe sometimes black Noir, shooting shit up her nose so she gets stupid and tickle pink because the president calling her and ask her what to do. It's like Scandal all over again, right? Somebody's wet goddamn dream. Oh shit, they must have had a couple of spooks by the door. That script did not get reviewed. Man, because that played out like a man wrote that shit. And as moist as how some of this shit happens, the man was writing any of this shit. Not a heterosexual one. Excuse me. They had slipped up and told the whole truth, nothing but the truth. Oh shit. That alone made this a great episode. Not because it wasn't questionable shit in there, and questionable shit still happening with men and stuff like that. I don't like the way this black dude, all father, is being portrayed. I don't like how he's using the church. I know it happens, but I don't like seeing that shit on there. I don't even know why this character popped up as brand new in the last season to do this dumb shit. I didn't need to see that. We can skip this character. But in that same episode where he taking stuff up to Hooper, you got this. Bro, worked for me. Worked for me. Junction. Junction. Now, it does get to the end where back at the fort, Frenchie does find the source of all this hatred. And the stuff going on in this fort looks like a combination between Last of Us and Stranger Things. It's a body with all these vines growing out of it. Could have said Maze Runner too. And it's releasing these spores that make everybody hate each other. And the person, which wasn't clear, that's there doing it, the suit that's there doing it is Soldier Boy's older brother, Quinn. And Frenchie, that hatred he has, boy comes upon Quinn and realizes it's his brother. Frenchie goads him into letting off his little radioactive burst, and he kills his brother. And then the hatred power that's been going on with people, because Huey was about to get it in a quiet place too, kind of way, hiding out in a boiler, and Kumiko coming in there like the Wolverine, ripping it open. They was gonna kill each other. But as soon as that soup is dead, it stops. And that's with what they was thinking about, what they said, and what they did. Shit, Huey shot MM. I'm like, motherfucker, he just shot that man in his back. Like, bro, we can't be cool. We cannot be cool. Fucking shoot me? Go shoot me? So Frenchie leaves. The boys get out of there. Homelander finally breaks out, heals up, finds Soldier Boy. When he finds Soldier Boy is sitting down and crying. And Homelander comes in heated. That motherfucker, they doing a good job this season in making some still images of Homelander that look absolutely terrifying. So you understand this is not the hero, goddammit. Homelander walk in that dark room and see Soldier Boy sitting there, and all you see is cape and eyes glowing. I'm like, oh shit. He is about to try to kill. It's fratricide day. It is time for the murdering. I'm like, damn, it's on. And when he sees Soldier Boy sitting there crying, Homelander goes in on him. He talks shit about him, like Soldier Boy was talking shit about Homelander. Like he's weak. I said, he's like, are you fucking crying? Like, he like, man, I can't be bothered with your weak sauce. Homelander just leaves him. He just walks out of there. He like, you know, weak shit, whatever, man. Like, he chucked him the deuces and left his ass sitting there crying. Whatever, weak ass. Boy, like this was a good episode for Homelander because he was getting the zingers on motherfuckers. He didn't have to use his powers. He was getting them in on people. Like, yeah, you know, I'm super strong, but I ain't stupid either. I ain't dumb. Some of these other episodes might have me acting stupid, but that's not who I am. Oh, shit. It was a good episode for him. Yeah, Anthony Starr, yeah, Charles. Anthony Starr is putting his foot in that shit. He is doing his damn thing as Homelander this season. Like, I didn't know who he was before this show, but I definitely know who he is after this show. He's been killing it as Homelander. And he is the, like me and BC was talking about last week, he is the main draw for watching the show. I like Carl Urban too, but between Billy and Homelander, Homelander sells the show. He sells the show. His performance sells the show. Because you look, this motherfucker is terrifying just putting his hand on somebody, just touching somebody is unsettling. Like, oh shit, oh shit. About to die in a situation when he show up, it's just like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. What's he gonna do? Don't let him touch you. Oh, he touched you. Oh my god. Bro, it's like he's there. Yeah, it should be called Homelander and the Boys. Yeah, Beasley. They could change the name Homelander and the Boys. God dang, they might as well. He is killing it in that show. He is. I dare say you could have did a season where Billy was missing the whole season, and people would still watch the show as long as Homelander was on there. Because I tell you this, you take Homelander on the show, are you showing up to watch it for Starlight? No. I don't think I'd even show up for the shit with just what's a Giancarlo on it. No, not probably not. But that motherfucker Homelander on the show, oh, we gotta see what this. I gotta see what he gonna do next. I have got to see. You disgusted, horrified, and unsettled all at the same time, and come back for more. Even as simple as drinking a glass of milk, like, bro, what the fuck? Leave that man alone when he got his milk. He missed the advertising thing. Should have had his got milk with the milk mustache. Homelander likes it. Yeah, like Frankie Beverly without the maze. Yeah, Charles. Boys is like hell without the boys without Homelander is like hell Melvin without the blue notes. You never go platinum. He's Tony Soprano. Yeah. You're Tony Soprano with that shit. You show up for Homelander. Yeah, the boys is on the show, but you show up for Homelander. He's the thing that gets talked about. Get y'all them views. So that episode was good for those 2, 3 scenes. All the rest of that shit was kind of like crap. I mean, the scene with Black Noir Deep was good because Black Noir checked his ass. But those other two scenes between Billy and Homelander and then Starlight and her father, that was gold, man. That was gold to me. Gold. That was the best episode of The Boys I've seen in a while. And then to add insult to injury, or to piss on the silver lining around that gray cloud, I get the news report on my phone that Gen V has been canceled. After 2 seasons, Gen V is canceled. So when the boys go away, so does Gen V. I'm like, what fucking sense does that make? Y'all better tie this up really, really good. Because I would have watched another season of Gen V. Y'all canceling that too? Fuck you. For your spinoff show? I don't want to go back to the past where black folks didn't have no real agency. So these white suits can be running around and you have to deal with all the rest of that shit? What do I care about that for? For you people who say you hate this racism shit so much, y'all spend a lot of time trying to do shows about it. You promote it more than racists. Y'all do a better propaganda job than the racists actually do for recruitment videos. Y'all constantly playing in that sandbox, putting that shit out there. You promoting it more than they are. I'm not interested in the spinoff. Look, House of the Dragon got over from Game of Thrones because I want to see fucking dragons. And it's earlier in the timeline. I can watch that. It's still going to be, sword and shield and stabbing folks. Fucking in dragons and political maneuvering. So, yeah, I can watch that. You got over for that. I was kind of in the bag for that shit. Oh, we're going to have more dragons? Awesome, because I didn't get enough of them in that. I want to know about these high Valerians and shit. Can we get a spinoff about the Valerians or no? You never wrote those books? No. Maybe some creative person start doing it. Boys, I bought the Gen V spinoff because they were younger and in the same world. Okay, that could work. Contemporary time, but okay, fine. I can get that. I can get with that. And I liked it. Now you want to go backwards to this first team of suits that had OGV, the original formula of Gen V? Well, it was mostly racist. We got to deal with Nazis and Germans. I'm not interested in that shit. Why are you promoting that like that? So you can write all this hate ethnicity shit? Shut up, man. I don't want to see that shit. Fuck you. Stop getting over. Like Quentin Tarantino writing shit for Samuel L. Jackson to say. Yeah, Quentin liked saying the word nigga. He loves saying that shit. That's why I always write it in there. If he was really worried about it, he wouldn't shit at all. I'm trying to be authentic. You like saying it. Shut up. I think white people say it when black folks ain't around. I do. I know Asians and Latinos say it all the time. He writes so much he thinks it makes his teeth whiter. I doubt that. It's like that Houston sheriff, Charles. My brother just told us about told me about this story yesterday, right? I was on the phone with my mother about that Houston sheriff, that woman, Alicia Gomez. And he's telling me about they posted up outside the police department to get her fired for her racist rant she went on Instagram. And I pulled up to see the picture of what it looked like. And it's like all this makeup on her face trying to look like a white girl and doing all this neck waving and shit like that. I showed my mother the picture. My mother's like, oh, I seen her. I said, yeah, she probably sleep with niggas. She probably fuck with black dudes. She said, yeah, she probably do. I said, yeah, that's why she mad. She looked like she was having a night on the town and now she pissed off. But something didn't go her way. So now you're going to take it out on all brothers. Not the one that don't want you, but all of them. Because you can't make him suffer. So everybody that look like him going to suffer. Now you lost your goddamn job. Don't be mad. Move on. Take that attitude to a Latino man and see if he's going to deal with it. Because I don't know if you noticed, but black men starting to change their requirements. You're like, you know what? I don't do this shit no more. I don't actually do that shit no more. I ain't gotta listen to this shit either. Let you get the fuck on. Take your hurt feelings and attitude somewhere else. What does she do? Jump her ass in her car, turn on Instagram, and tell a bunch of people that don't know her ass how she really felt. Because she just had to get it off her chest. You's a dumb motherfucker. That shit you said to your family in your house, not the internet. This is not your fucking family. But like Trust was echoing, trying to look good. Or Rosie was echoing about women committing suicide. They want to look good when they do some career suicide. Charles, yeah, she's seen she's seen the BBC up close and personal. She definitely messed with black guys that are mad because they don't take her seriously, and that's what probably started the crazy ass rant. A rant, I didn't even hear the rant. I just saw her doing the rant, right? Saw her body language and everything else while she's doing this shit. The setting and all the rest of that shit, how she looked, how she's made up. And I'm like, it's a confused Latina. She got this white girl makeup on with trying to have rosy cheeks and all the rest of this shit. But then she got, I think, the long hood bitch nails on. The fact that she was saying niggas or whatever the fuck she was saying means that she fuck with black dudes. I know some dude would be attracted to that shit. Because she thinks she's too cute. And she a sheriff's officer. And telling you on camera how she's going to abuse her power to take retribution on these Negroes. Bro, career suicide. Who did you not think was going to see that in this day and age? You a dumb motherfucker. That's probably why that dude stopped fucking with your ass. Your job don't make you about shit. Your job just means you can pay your bills. I possibly know some dudes who might have smashed. Was she mad at you, Beasley? Did you restrain the sheriff? Did you, Beasley? Did you restrain the sheriff? Did you give her a Codex? Got her all pissed off because you withdrew her credit? You canceled her card? She can no longer ride on the BBC line? Her voucher has been revoked? Her membership to the club has been torn up? Is that what happened? She can no longer get the Intercontinental BBC? Your membership has been revoked irregularly. Is that what happened? Let me find out, Beasley. You cut her off? God damn, bruh. At least let her top you off first. Yeah, then she could have went home with a smile and a gummy mouth. Jesus, you messed it up for everybody. It's Beasley fault, y'all. Beasley. Some of y'all dirty dick Rodney niggers got out there and got that nice confused Latina up there upset. Fuck with black dudes. I know no Latino dudes fucking with you. Especially not with all that attitude and shit going on. No, they got standards. And you know what they are. You in the culture, you in their family. They ain't fucking with you. That's why you're frustrated and on Instagram cussing like you've been black a day in your life. I'm really adverse to Latinos using the word nigga anyway. I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't know why they think it's cool. I don't know who told them it was cool. Or maybe nobody told them and that's what they just feel like. It don't matter. I can say it. But your heritage, you need to shut the fuck up about that shit. Because all of your dark ones got some black in you. So I don't know, but that shit was. Oof. You got enough dealing with that shit now. And she young. So she too young to be having these ideas. But she still got them. So my view is we don't need to keep perpetuating this racist shit. We don't need another show promoting it, giving a how-to manual to be racist against black folks and everybody else. Honorary whites don't need the help, okay? Basically never cuddled her, just gave her the sticky sheets on the back, huh? No more immaculate penis for you. You have been scrimmaged my people in my good name. You have besmirched my people. Yeah, Beasley had her cut off. Damn, he must have been giving her that dark beast, boy, because she mad about that shit. Y'all get real upset for some niggas that ain't shit. Y'all get real upset about some niggas that ain't shit. That don't even track. You know what I'm never upset about? Somebody that ain't shit. Because I don't fuck with them anyway. So why would I care? Y'all get real upset. I think you protest too much. I think we really do matter a lot to you. You get upset and frustrated because you realize you really don't have to matter that much to us. Just saying. I think you protest too much. Why don't you stop lying to yourself and just admit, I don't want to do this without you. I love your shitty draws. I like it when you hold the back of my head and force it in hard. Just admit that shit. I love it when you treat me like shit. I love it when you call me a bitch. Just admit it. It don't mean anything. It's not gonna change shit. Just mean you gotta get off that goddamn high horse. You're having your nose juked up and your 400-pound ass hanging down. Not special. You're just you. So next up, Boys is done. That was a good episode. I'll be looking forward to seeing what happens this week. Now, as a little side note, I haven't seen Andre in here yet, but I'll say this about uh, Star Wars Maul Shadow Lord. I'm finding it really god dang hard to watch the show. Really hard. But my parents said I was special. Yeah, everybody say that shit to get you the fuck out their house. What did your fathers tell you? Because I'm sure both your parents didn't tell you that. Somebody gonna tell you you just a person. Do some special shit. But you're not special. And I know a man would tell you that shit because a man knows he's not special. Only people that see him as special is people he actually have to do shit for. Maybe. Eroded that little bit of respect we could get down to even that ain't even enough. Damn, I can't be respected for doing that. Wow. You're supposed to do that. Really? Okay. And what are you supposed to do again? Whatever the hell I want to. Oh, okay. Got you. Got you. Well, since I got all these responsibilities and shit, I don't have time to be fucking around with you. You know, because I can do all this shit by myself. And since I'm so bad, I can do bad by myself too. Me and my bad friends gonna all hang out together and Zoom to Thailand. How about that? They just over there trying to fuck women. Yeah, just like they would be doing here, but it'd be a lot less headache involved. Yep. Women, children, and dogs are loved unconditionally. Yeah. Chris Rock, look, when I saw that special Tambourine by Chris Rock, and that was after his divorce, I knew he had learned the same thing I did going through the same situation. That's why I love that stand up. Because it's true. Those are the only ones loved unconditionally. You want to know some real unconditional love? Have a fucking child. And if you're a man, raise it without the mama. Unless you got a good woman. Otherwise, everybody else is on conditions. Everybody. My mother can say she loved me. If I cussed her out, she would stop. That's a condition. My mother has cussed me out. Still love her though. My kids, I don't give a fuck what they said. I'ma love the hell out of their ass. But that's been evident from jump. I have never not told my son I love him. I have never not told my daughter I love her. There has not been a day, an interaction between us that I have not let them know I love the hell out of you. And I will split a motherfucker's head down to the soft spot about you. That has not been something that has ever been said to me. I've done a lot for people. I've even raised a few women. They ain't never been shit said to me. I got to do shit to earn it. Everybody else get it for existing. And it can be revoked in my case. any reason to stop it and take it away. Crazy world. But it is what it is. I didn't make this motherfucker. I was born into it. So I got to move within the system. Excuse me. Figure out where I'm stopping. It's 12 minutes. So, Star Wars. I'm finding it really hard to watch Darth Maul Shadow. And it's not interesting to me. I've watched 2 episodes out of the 6 that's been released so far. After every episode, I have to stop watching that shit for a day. It is not grabbing me, and I don't like what I'm seeing. I'm not amazed by Darth Maul showing up with a lightsaber. I'm not amazed about the animation style. I'm not amazed about him being on Coruscant. I'm not amazed about some little another girl, two girl bosses in 2 episodes. I'm not amazed by none of that shit. None of that is grabbing me. It's boring me to tears. What's pissing me off every time I watch this shit, which really makes me not watch it again for another whole day, is every time that episode is over, the first credit I see is created by Dave Filoni. And I'm like, fuck you. You didn't create Star Wars. You didn't create Darth Maul. What are you creating? Ahead, you got this title ahead of Star Wars based on George Lucas stuff. Are you fucking kidding me? Are you kidding me? You're ahead of George Lucas? I get irritated talking about it. I get irritated when an episode goes off and I see that shit. Every time I see that shit, I am pissed off. It is so disrespectful. I'm like, fuck this dude and this show. You're not throwing me a bone by using Darth Maul because you thought all the fanboy chubs was going to be back on board real quick. Fuck you. Yeah, Charles, Star Wars, the last ditch effort. Fuck you. I am not interested in this shit at all. I'm so uninterested in the shit. I haven't even watched Star Wars Theory do a watch party on the shit. You got me not watching somebody else because I don't give a shit. Like, he watching it good. Somebody got to, because I don't have to. My channel is not all based on Star Wars, nigga. I do not have to watch that shit. Like, holy cow, this dude, talk about egos are flailing. How do you put your name before? How the hell do you do that? And what exactly, pray tell, did you create? What did you create? We know you didn't create Star Wars. We know you didn't create Darth Maul. Did you create the animation style that this is done in? The little Twilight chick that Darth Maul has taken and is trying to turn to being his apprentice ain't even your creation either. That's just Darth Talent. What the fuck did you create? What? The show title? Mother, you stealing that from what's his name? James Lucerno or whatever? Ain't that the title of the Darth Maul book? Some extended universe novel that you ripping off? Oh my God, dude, this shit is pissing me off too much to even watch it. To even watch it. So, Andre, if you're listening later on, I'm trying, dude. I'm really trying. I'm really trying to watch and catch up on this shit. I'm 2 episodes in out of 6. I'm bored to tears. I'm over the animation style. I'm over the shaking shit in my fucking face. And I'm really the fuck over somebody taking credit for some shit that they did not create. I'm way over that. It's not grabbing. You got to do more than just show some glow sticks for me to be interested. You have to. This show in 2 episodes is reading like um, the following with Kevin Bacon. The following with Kevin Bacon had a formula. Within the last 15 minutes of the show, Kevin Bacon's character was going to pull out his gun and shoot somebody. So somebody was getting shot in the last 15 minutes by his character every episode. This shit with Darth Maul is running that same way. Somebody got to get these, we got to pop these lightsabers out before the episode is over. Like, I need to know who Wolverine is because he popped his claws. I know what he looked like. You don't pop his claws, we don't know it's Wolverine. No, we do know it's Wolverine. He wearing that yellow and blue suit, ain't he? He got the haircut, right? He growling and everything else, right? Short and hairy, right? Then you all need to see his goddamn claws. No, Darth Maul on the screen. Oh, it's not enough that he's red and black and got horns coming out of his goddamn head. Oh, I wouldn't recognize him from any other Zabrak. Oh, my bad. Yes, okay, he popped the lightsaber. Now I know who he is. Thanks a lot, Dave. I didn't know who Darth Maul was. That is a load off my mind. Thanks. It hasn't been better. Yeah, it is equivalent to Todd McFarlane putting his name ahead of Stan Lee's on a Spider-Man comic. Yeah, exactly. I created this. Spider-Man? Oh, look, that was around before you was alive. What are you talking about? What the fuck are you talking about? For real. Clone Wars, baby. That's where you jumped onto the shit with Clone Wars. That's why you can't go no further. Retarded ass. That shit makes me angry. Angry. So I've only powered through 2 episodes. And mind you, the episodes ain't even a half an hour. And it's killing me getting through the motherfuckers. 23 minutes? Man, I could take a longer shit. 23 minutes? Oh my God. I don't know how I'm getting through the rest of the season. I just want them to stop. This is his offering, what he thinks is awesome. The one that comes after that is going to be Ahsoka season 2. I heard Nerdrotic reading an article from John Favreau. No, it wasn't him. It wasn't Nerdrotic. It was Star Wars Theory reading an article from John Favreau about Mandalorian and Grogu and all this shit. And John Favreau is really letting it be known that he didn't want a season 4, but then they want to pivot to a movie. And Dave is going to be the real nerdy, deep stuff. I'm like, I don't give a fuck about all this insignificant shit. If that's what you got for me in Ahsoka, how you bastardized the rest of the extended universe for your purposes, so you can put your created by Dave Filoni name in front of that shit, I'm not interested in seeing it. Rosario or not, I'm not interested. You could have wrote off the whole Star Wars franchise on the end of the Andor. You could have, because the end on nothing that's not making me like Star Wars. It's not bringing me nowhere back to the fold. Nowhere back to the fold. No, sir. No. I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan of your shit. I'm a fan of George Lucas and Star Wars, but I'm not a fan of what you've done to it. No. Go fuck yourself. I'm a fan of John Favreau, but I'm already giving him a pass on this movie being good or anything. It's going to be a degree of shit. And that's just what it's going to be. Because apparently, he don't have no control there. Dave does. Because Dave was the right hand apprentice to Darth Cadus, Darth Kennedy's, the hand-picked successor. Hmm. Okay. Carrying out the same mission. No, you're not. No. Darth Maul ain't going to do it for you. Just give them this and they'll be happy. No, you'll shut the fuck up and leave. Then I'll start getting happy. Let me find out who took over Star Wars and it's in some competent goddamn hands. And then I'll be happy. But your ass is not doing it for me at all. And every time I see that, I'm reminded of how much of a fucking Judas you are. How much of a stolen valor ass motherfucker you are. And I don't respect that. I don't think should be promoted. I don't think it should be appreciated. I think it should be called out for what it is and stomped the fuck out like a forest fire. So that's my side note on Darth Maul Shadow Lord. Stolen lore, I should say. Is that a 5? Is that not a 6? No, that's the Arco. Nope, $7. So I even got Arco, a Chevron. Fucking Chevron. I don't like mixing my gases. Don't like mixing my gases. Could probably go further, but I'm going to fill up now because that last batch of gas I got last night was shit. That shit didn't last long at all. That shit burned through like gonorrhea. And then I could probably take a piss. Yeah, I need something to eat. I haven't eaten anything yet today. I need some food. All right, folks. So I'm just stopping to get some gas, but I'll be back in about 30 minutes. I need to get some food and I need to get some gas and take a squirt. And I'm not going to leave you guys on hold to do all that. And I'm not taking you with me either because that'd be weird. That'd be weird. So you get a part 2. I'll be back in a minute. Like, share, subscribe, and support the stream if you feel so inclined. Oh, the banner's not up. Isn't that special? Because I had to restart, so the banner wasn't up at all. Oh, I am such an idiot. Here, let me share the referral link. StreamYard does do that for you. There you go. There's the referral link. Oh, that's a referral link for them. They got a $sign there like it's actually giving me something. It's not giving me shit. $10. Fucking idiot. That's up there. Support the stream. I will be back in about 30 minutes. See y'all soon. Peace.